Survivors, what is going on with ARK Mobile, and is there still a future for it? Based on all of the surprise announcements recently coming from Studio Wildcard, I think there is a real possibility of a future. There is still a decent level of player base on the mobile version of ARK Survival Evolved, but with recent announcements of official server support ending and Grove Street focused on other projects, where does this leave mobile players? A notice went out recently on ARK Mobile to all players stating support for official servers has ended, survive at your own risk. For an optimal gameplay experience, consider single player or password protected unofficial server. But with Grove Street having partnered up with Studio Wildcard to develop ARK 2 and rebuild ARK on the Switch, it should come as no surprise that support and development on ARK Mobile has ended. Grove Street have repeatedly put this down to resource issues and their team being focused on other projects, namely the Switch and ARK 2, where many players are asking what is happening on their Discord. They do, however, always appear to provide some glimmer of hope that there could be a future still for ARK Mobile at some point. On several occasions, Grove Street have said things like they can't say what will happen in the future, but they'd love to come back and give the mobile game some love if they ever get the resources to enable them to do so. They've said there is always a chance. This gives players some very small glimmer of hope that if Grove Street regain some additional resources that they could come back to developing the game. However, with their focus on the Switch and ARK 2, this could be a long way out. The Switch development is expected to continue through to at least June 2023, when the last DLCs are expected to drop. However, it is unknown at this point how involved they are or will be on ARK 2. Possible indication that they could look at mobile again after the Switch content is complete was seen when Grove Street said back in December that they are hopeful to do more for ARK Mobile next year, but nothing to talk about right now. Switch is still their main focus. So they said nothing to talk about right now. Does that mean that they do have some ideas or some plans, but they're not ready to talk about it? Or are they just not ready to talk about what they could do? But this could suggest that it is possible that once the Switch is finished or no longer their main focus after all the DLC maps are out, that they could free up some resources. This does beg the question as to whether Wildcard have made any progress towards finding a new mobile developer, when the CEO Doug Kennedy posted back in May last year that they were looking for a mobile developer to build a kick-ass version of ARK 2. Although none of this provides much hope that there will be a future development on ARK Mobile, I must say do not rule it out. Look at what surprises the team have been coming out with recently. They rebuilt the Switch from the ground up with all DLC content after the Switch was abandoned for 4 years, and people didn't know that this was happening until it wasn't long before it came out. They are upgrading ARK 1 to Unreal Engine 5 and adding at least one new creature to the game. They have other announcements to come when they officially reveal the UE5 details. These other things they want to show off could be related to ARK 2 or the animated series, but could easily be more for ARK 1, which I am strongly suspicious that it is. So with all of these unexpected developments coming out for ARK and platforms that everyone thought was either ending or dead, all I can say is there is a fairly strong chance that ARK Mobile will see something in the future, whether it be this year or next. And of course ARK 2 on mobile, which I'm sure Wildcard are still intending to do. So mobile players, keep up the hope. Whether it would be ARK 1 or ARK 2, hopefully you'll get some love again in the future. And if we do get any news about ARK Mobile, I will be bringing it to you as soon as I find out. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with all the latest ARK news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.